Well, welcome back, everybody. We're working on our travel brochure project, and I'm taking a moment to just talk about what we're going to do. We have added our style sheet, and we want to get it ready to start making our pages, and that's what we're going to do today. But before we do, we have to run by some checklists. One we've already kind of done. In the last tutorial, you saw that I checked the style sheet, and we got the link to work. And you want to make sure that that works so that, that there work on every page. After we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our structure. We want to look at all of the, I can't even speak today. We want to look at all of our tags. We want to double check to make sure every tag we need is present. Anything that's going to be at every page, we want that in our template. And we're going to want to make sure all of the following are there. We want to see there's a banner. In the banner, we have whatever content's going to be on every banner. We're going to have a nav bar. It's going to be the same on every page. We're going to go ahead and create the whole thing, just the structure today. We're going to work on the content section. That's where most of your content will go into, and that's where each page will be unique because you'll be putting different content in different pages based on what page it is. We want to make sure that if you happen to have a sidebar, we're not going to do that for this project, but if you had one, you would want to make sure that the sidebar was in place. You would also want to make sure that they had a footer. And then, of course, you got to make sure your nav is all ready to link to all of your pages. So we're going to go ahead and create all the links as if the pages already exist. And so we're going to complete the links, including the HTML and all that, so that it's all ready to go when we create it. And the last thing we're going to do is run our page to the validator. And then we're going to run through the process of a simple file, save as. For now, we need to see if our content is ready to actually load up and create our pages. So we double check our two link tags. We make sure we did them the same way. If you want to, you can create a style sheet, call it navigation.css, and make a change and see if you can see it change. Otherwise, just if we have to, we'll fix it later. Then just kind of run through, just talk about what's everywhere. We have a header 1 in our header, and then we have I gave a P with the class of tagline. Some people might put a header 2. I just like doing it this way. Then we have a navbar. Navbar has an unordered list of links. So this is going to be key before we make our page. We want to make sure that all these links are present and ready. Okay? So we just double check that. We double check our article. And in our article, I think one thing you should probably do is have this comment here and a comment here. It's going to be your guide. By the way, this is where all of your content is going to go. So this is every page will have unique content. It'll all be inside of here, using headers and paragraphs and lists and things like that. Then in our footer, we have our footer. We've gone over that on a previous video. I don't have to go over that now. Let's just go ahead and let's run this through the validator. And let's see if this is working. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this code, select it all, or just select all, copy. And I'm going to go here, and I'm just going to go right here to the validator and run it. All right, as long as you don't have any errors, you're good. So at this point, we don't have to worry. This is good to make our page. So at this point, we should, as long as we have no errors and we have all the content that we need, we should be able to take this one-page index and make nightlife, in my case, adventure, doom, Baradur. Remember we were doing this for, this was my Bordor travel guide. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that all of these links work, and I want to create a page for each one of these. So the process is you're just going to grab the file name right out of your code. So right here, first of all, index is our home page. We already have index.html. And you might want to double check to make sure it works. So we launch in Chrome. We want to click the link. We click home. If it doesn't break and say we can't find the file, we're good. If it breaks, you did something wrong. You didn't match the name of your file somehow. Maybe you made it a capital I and in your link it was lowercase. I don't know. But if I click nightlife, you'll see it's busted. It's not found. So I'm going to go back before it kind of closes that window. And that's because even though I have the link here, we haven't created the page. Well, we're ready to now. So here's the process. It's just file, save as. And you're just going to repeat one after the other, copying what's in here. So nightlife.html, whatever your first link happens to be after the home page. Highlight just what's inside of the href attribute. Choose File. Now, you got a couple options here. You can save as or save a copy as. If you say save as, then this page you're looking at will be the new page. If you do save a copy as, you'll still be looking at the home page. Your choice. I'm going to just do save as. Note there's only one index, one HTML file here. I'm going to paste right over that, and I'm going to click save. Now I've just created the nightlife page. So what I probably should do is on here, I should probably add a little feature here that says nightlife. Okay? And I'm going to save my changes because I want to make sure that when I go to these different pages, I can see it. And I should probably make the same change up into my title tag. So now we're indicating this is not just the travel brochure, but this is the nightlife travel brochure. And I'm going to save my changes again. Okay. Done with nightlife. Let's test it. Let's just go back to the other page. And I don't even have to hit refresh. I'm just going to click nightlife. And you'll see now it says nightlife. And if I click on home, it's gone. So these two links are now working. Now I just got to do High Adventure, Mount Doom, and Brochure. And then I should probably, if these are capitalized, I might want to capitalize the rest for consistency. Of course, if I do that now, I'm going to have to change it on my other page. So it's always a good idea to make these changes before you start saving them all. So don't do what I just did. Now I'm going to save it here, but now I'm going to have to fix it on my index page. So since it's pretty much the same except for the headers, I'm just going to copy the whole nav here. Copy it. And now I'm going to open index. So I have it open. And now I'm just going to paste over that nav. And so now Nightlife, High Adventure, Mount Doom, all that stuff, they're all the same. And I'm going to save my changes. We go back to Nightlife, though, and now I'm going to save the next file, which is Adventure. So I copy that, File, Save As, Pay. Now notice it says Nightlife now. You can see Nightlife and Index. Now I'm going to do Adventure. Okay, and it's High Adventure, so I'm just going to copy that right out of here and change Nightlife to High Adventure. I want to make sure when I'm on High Adventure, I know I'm there. And save my changes. We go back to here, hit refresh. Now you see they're capitalized. I click High Adventure, it says High Adventure. Click Nightlife, it says Nightlife. See how this is working? So I just go in, I take the file name of the next one I want to create. I copy the file name. I choose File, Save As. I paste right over the old one. So now I can see Adventure, Index, Nightlife. And now I have Doom, Mount Doom, in fact. Notice the way I named the file. I just kept it to one word, but on here is Mount Doom. Your choice. So I make those changes. I save them. Don't forget to save them before you do a save as. I click Mount Doom. There it is. Now I just need to do Brochure. So now I copy that, and I am almost done. Copy, File, Save As. Paste, save. Now I have to change this content because I did a special character. Copy that. Paste. Make sure I don't cover there. If you go too fast, you might break your code. Save your changes. Hit refresh. Actually, you didn't have to hit refresh. So if you've created all your pages, there's going to be evidence that you did. Number one is the most important part is your links should work. So click through them all. Now, if you followed this process, everything's good. If you didn't follow this process, you might get to Mount Doom and have a link that worked on another page not work on that page. So that's usually the fail-safe way of doing this. Don't worry about the style. Yes, it's ugly, but we've got some we're pretty much ready and poised to make all the changes. So what we're going to do, my recommendation is if you're working on a travel brochure, if you want to work on the style and the way it looks, go for it. You can do that now if you want. If you want to work on your content, adding your content, you can do that too, because all your pages are created. Just be very careful what page you're working on. It's one of the reasons why having a title and changing it on each page is a good idea. So I just added a colon and then whatever the name of the page is. And then in the content, now you can start adding all your content in one at a time. So that is going to be the next step. However, on the next tutorial, I'm going to go back and start talking about creating the nav bar and styling our layout and things like that. So at this point, hopefully you've got your pages working. You probably are going to want to test them out again to make sure there's no errors. But at this point, I think you're pretty much ready for the next stage, and we'll pick that up in our next tutorial.
Yeah.